it's late. I've just finished a hard day's work, as you can tell. But I've still got more work to do. Still got to do the Cambelt on this, haven't we? Oh, and then finish putting everything back together nicely, clean stuff up and what have you. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Oh, that Cambelt is very shiny. Let me show you. Very shiny. And I don't know what brand it is. But yeah, we'll have a look at the actual condition. But I mean, it feels quite... That's quite loose as well, so maybe there's something going on with the tensioner because there's way too much slack there. Good job we're doing this now. Just want to say thanks again for tuning into part 4 of this TT 180 video series. This is the final part. We will be getting the car finished today. So I'm just removing the water pump, the hydraulic damper, the roller tensioner. I leave the mount in place and just work around it. I find it's a lot easier. INA kit. This is the kit number. So for me it's either OEM or INA. The Gates kit is no good. I've got previous videos about that. And as the Haynes manual says, refitting is the reverse of removal. So yeah, just putting stuff back in order. So the damper, then the water pump, then the roller tensioner, and let's get the belt back on. At this point I am 45 minutes in, cooking on gas, safe to say. All the hardware is in. And we just need to put the belt in place. You can see the new roller, the new hydraulic and the new water pump. There's a reason that we mark this, because this point and this point here, 68 teeth apart. And then we know where, I mean this isn't a guide, but yeah, because I know I am going to be doing a proper guide, and I film bits and bobs of it occasionally, just as a teaser. And one day I will release a full guide, but that will take me a long time to film to get the angles to show you absolutely everything involved, because I don't want someone to start the job and get stuck and not have an answer partway through the job. I want to cover off every eventuality while they're working on the car. So obviously that video is going to take a bit of time, but it will be done, don't worry. Right, so we transferred over the marks and then we still have to sit there and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
A few moments later.
9, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 68 teeth, just like it's supposed to be. Obviously, you should probably just mark one, lightly mark it. Hey, Theo.
Is it okay if I can set an alarm?
Nope. Because you haven't got your phone, have you? So how can you?
Well, I need to wake up at school.
Don't you worry. And that...
Maybe like pour water on my head or something.
Probably.
Alright, let's see about that.
Challenge accepted.
I'll bet you £5 that you won't do it.
It's on video. There we go, belt is on. Just need to turn it a couple of times and make sure it's in time. Oh, perfect. Right. I'm going to finish assembling this, and then next bit will be doing the brakes and oil and filter, Haldex oil and filter, and then it's good to go. 1 hour and about 20 minutes from engine being stripped down to being back together, fresh Cambelt on. That'll do nicely. So the car is up on 4 axle stands, a little bit extreme, but we've got oil and filter to do at the front, Haldex oil and filter to do at the rear, fluid flush all round, pads and discs at the front, and the guys collecting the car at about 4 o'clock today. So yeah, happy days. Let's get it finished. We create a gap for filter access by taking this coolant hose out of its normal position, and then we can go up through this gap here to the filter, instead of the usual gap that I'm sort of filming through, because the secondary area takes in the way. Yeah, get it all cleaned up and get that hand tight. Oh, That's not ideal. No, Bryn, it really isn't. Please try and avoid that when you do this job, folks. It does make it a lot cleaner if you're not dealing with an oily socket. Anyway, this job often gets overcomplicated by people. It is very simple. 5mm hex, undo the drain, let that all drain out, then move on to the filter while that's draining. Now it is a little bit tight for access, as you'll see in a second. You can't really do much of a turn each time. Now the gap that I'm filming through is usually where I put my finger through to just help locate the tool between every turn. It does make it a little bit easier. And then for refilling, you don't need the gun, you just need to use the Haldex spanner. You don't even need loads of height, because if you bend the end of the tube, then you can come in at an angle like I'm doing here. And then just make sure you're quick with your hands as you switch over from the filler tube to the drain plug. You will lose a little bit of fluid, but Audi actually designed it this way. You're not going to lose a lot. Hopefully you can see what's going on here. Quickly whip it out, put that in. Lost a few drops. They actually designed it so you can lose up to about 25mm as you're filling. They overfill the cartridges. They know you're not going to get it all in there, so don't overcomplicate it, just do what I've done there. Yeah, it's a little bit messy, but easy way to get the job done. We've got a pressure bleeder hooked up to the brake system, and I'm going to use this vacuum puller to collect all the fluid. If they don't go nicely with the spanner, get a socket on it first to break it off. There we go. Otherwise you can damage the head of the valve. Just work it around a couple of times just to free it up. There we go. Let's try that again. No. And just come off. And you'll actually be sucking from this end and pushing from the other end. So that's the colour of the old fluid coming around. And we should notice that it then changes to that colour. And once that is that colour, then it's done. If we look in the line, there's no air, and the fluid doesn't look that horrific. There's no bits in it. It's just good practice to get it changed every couple of years. You can see that the fluid is definitely a lot lighter now. So you can see the definite difference between old fluid that's now coming in and the new fluid that was in the end of this line. Old, new, getting slowly contaminated with old. Fresh Durid pads in there, fresh disc, let's get it on. Right, so now that it's basically ready, I've just got to clean it out. Get rid of the parts that I took with me, put a spare wheel in it because I have got one ready. Yeah, there's bits like that that are going to need hoovering, and that gives me a good chance to use this Auxito, which I've been sent for free to review. I told them I'd include it in one of the videos, so here it is. Here's all the bits that come with it. Let's see if it's any good. So you can actually use it as a blower, because the air that comes out the end there, you can direct it. You can use it as a vacuum, which is what we're going to do. Typical one-handed style. That goes in there. I think I'm not going to need the bristle for this bit. Now I know you probably don't like me including adverts in my videos, but at least this is better than Car Vertical or some weird energy juice drink that obviously they don't enjoy drinking, they just make it look like they do. This is a product that you may actually find useful, so that's why I'm reviewing it for you.
If you want one, click the link in the description.
Well, I mean, it's not going to replace your full-size Hoover for depth of sucking, but for bits like that in the footwell where it's just stones and bits of twigs or whatever that I've got in there, that's worked really well. You can see in there all the bits that's collected. Yeah. For a, what's it say it is? It's a 14,000 PA, whatever suction amount that is. I mean, I think I'll definitely be using this again because it works, and that's dead handy, you know, if you're going to car shows and things like that. Yeah, if you just need to give it a quick little spruce once you're there, just in case there's any bits off your shoes or anything like that. Happy days, this does the trick, and this will just fit in your glove box when you're done. I'm actually impressed for once. This is good. So obviously I'll pop a link in the description below for where you can get yourself one of these. Like I say, considering that I was sent this as a freebie, I'm very happy with it. And I would actually consider buying one, you know, because yeah, it's very handy for getting down the gaps between the seats and things like that. Yeah, happy days. Right, so I'm here with Richard, who's come up from Bristol.
Yeah, Bristol, yeah.
To have a look at the 180. I say have a look at it, you've already insured it, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been done.
Yeah, so we just took it for a test drive. Drive's nice.
Yeah.
Fuel gauge wasn't working, so I've just fixed that.
Yeah.
Forgot to film any of that, so that was stressful. But yeah, so you've got a
APX
at the minute.
yeah.
Cool. But that you've fell out of love with because it's just been
end of issues and issues and issues. Previous owner problems, I think.
Yeah. Well, this one shouldn't cause you any major issues. So I've gone over all the major stuff. Yeah. There's still little bits cosmetically, and you know, you're going to sort tyres and bits like that, aren't you? But we've done all the major stuff. We're happy that it's going to be, well, most importantly, I'm happy that it's a good car. But I'd be happy to drive this around. So me knowing that means that I'm happy to sell it to anyone else to just use for what they need to use it for. So hopefully you'll get some enjoyment out of it. Yeah, sad to see it go.
Yeah,
it's actually quite a good little car.
Journey.
Yeah, cool. Right, well, keep me up to date with how you do with it, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Make sure you enjoy her.
Cheers, buddy.